Hey everyone. All right, here's part 3 of our depreciation, okay? I've already made you one video on just the buying of plant assets. I've made you one video. The second video was on just kind of the daily, or sorry, the annual upkeep of plant assets, making sure that you've got them adjusted at the end of the year. And then this video is on the disposal of plant assets, so getting rid of plant assets, okay? So hopefully if you string all 3 of those videos together, it'll make a lot of sense, okay? And we can worry about knocking out that mastery problem when everyone's back, okay? So let's take a look at part 3, back in the chapter 7 application problem, okay? We already did, like I said, tab 1 and tab 2, all right? Now we're going to use some of these plant assets from tab 2 to do 7-3, which is called journals. All right. So let's take a look at what the book has in mind for us. It's a little tricky, but hey, everything that we're looking to get paid for in life is tricky. So let's knock it out. Okay. I'm going to get rid of my picture on the screen so you can just hear my voice and just kind of follow along my screen. Okay. You can see more of my screen, I should say. Okay. Or not. Maybe it's not going to go away. There it goes. All right, cool. All right, so on this tab, 7-3, which is called journals, we're going to take a look at what the book says. So I pasted it in there for us. You can kind of see. At this point, we're going to go ahead and get rid of some stuff, and it's 2015. That's important to note, okay? The last video, we depreciated everything through 2014, 2014, and 2014, okay? So now we're in 2015, and we're going to get rid of some things. Now, some of these things you haven't seen yet, like I think the desk, I think, and the truck. Those, the book made it a little confusing maybe for us. Those plant asset records are in this next tab, okay? So you did not purchase these. We bought these back in 2010 and 2012, I think. Yes, 2012, okay? So 2 sets of plant asset records, the second tab and this tab after the journals, okay? So here we go. Reading number 1, February 7th, we sold the building, including the land, obviously, all right? And we sold it for $194,500, receiving a check for the total amount. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna start by doing some additional depreciation on the building, all right? So go to this tab, all right? And go down from the copy machine, down from the shelving unit, and go to your building. And since it is being discarded, let's go ahead and fill this in on line 42, February 7th, and I'm going to click sold. Okay. Now, February 7th is 1 full month into the year. February does not count yet. So let's go ahead and put in 1 more month of depreciation. Get rid of the shading there. And you can see I put 1 month of 2015 in, and I took 1/12 of 4,800. Okay. I added $400 to the accumulated depreciation, and that bumped my estimated ending book value up to $164,000. The building, of course, did not change at all. Or sorry, the land didn't change at all. So now what I need to do is I need to journalize this additional depreciation, this $400. So I'm going to go to my journal, and I'm going to go down to my general journal. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and fill that in right here. Additional depreciation for the building is going to be depreciation expense and accumulated depreciation. And you can see I linked this $400 here to this $400 right here. Okay, so that is my first step. This has to be done before I can get rid of the product. Okay, we've been good at keeping up with depreciation through December 31st. Now we've got to do January because we're selling it early February. Okay, so we're going to take that right off if we can. So you'll notice right here I typed in step 1 additional 1 month of depreciation. That's what that means. Now, the book tells us that we sold it for how much? I sold it for $194,500. So let's go to our cash receipts journal. Okay, I'm going to cover this up for now so you don't get distracted by it. And so we're going to get rid of this product. Okay, we're going to get rid of the building and we're going to get rid of the land. We need to credit both of their original values. We're also not going to keep track of the depreciation now that we sold it. So we're going to get rid of all the depreciation. The accumulated depreciation is a credit balance. So I'm going to type that in, and then I'm going to link it to the accumulated depreciation right here. Okay. The cash is a debit balance that comes from the text. Okay, right here it says 194.5. So I put 194.5 in there. The original value of the building, I linked to the building right here. And the original value of the land, I linked to the original value of the land here. Okay, so all I have to do now is make sure my debits equal my credits. Make sure that I don't have a gain or a loss. Okay, here, let me go ahead and I'll just find some empty cells over here. Let me use it right here. The total of my 2 credits right now equal 225. The total of my 2 debits, plus, equal 21 or 210.5. So this number is less than the credits. So I know it's going to have to be a debit. So what I'll do is, since it's going to be a debit, I'll type in loss on plan asset, and then right here I add my 2 credits, and then I subtract my 2 debits. Okay, so my loss is $14,500. All right, so I went through that pretty quick. Feel free to rewind, stop, pause, whatever you need to do. In class, we took a little more time to digest it, but I'll just keep this video rolling, okay? All right, let me go ahead and unhighlight that, and let's go on to number 2. June 25th, okay? June 25th says I sold a desk for $600, okay? I look in my first group of plan assets, and I don't have a desk. All right, so look in your second group of plan assets, which is over here, 7-3 PA records, and find that desk. Here it is. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of it on June 25th, 2015. So go ahead and type that in. I'm going to click on the sold, and the book tells me I'm selling it for $600. Okay, June is 6 months into 2015. You can count it on your fingers. January through the end of June is 6 months. So that's why I'm doing another 6 months of 2015. You can see I took 1/2 of $200, okay? 0.5 of this, 6 months. And I added that $100 into the depreciation, and I subtracted it out of the ending book value. Okay, so next step, make sure you do a journalizing of this additional depreciation. So let's do this $100 first in our journals. Okay, so go over to your general journal. Now we're on this one right here. Okay, and you can see we're going to do step 1 again, which is to do an additional 6 months of depreciation this time through June 25th. So put this in here. That's step 1. Feel free to pause if you need to, obviously. Step 2 is going to be to go to our cash receipts journal. And we're not on this one yet. So I'm going to go ahead and blank this one out so you can't see it. And I'm going to do the same thing I did up here when I got rid of the building. I'm going to get rid of all the accumulated depreciation for the office equipment. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the original value of the office equipment. Okay, so you can see I linked this number here, the 1100, to this 1100 right here. Okay, and then I went ahead and I linked the 1500 to the original value of that desk. Pricey desk, huh? Got to start shopping at IKEA. And then I put in the 600 bucks that the book tells me that I received for it. Okay, $600. All right. With that all in there, I know that I gained money. Okay, because 1100 plus 600 is 1700. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put gain on plan asset, and I'm going to go ahead and take my 2 debits minus my 1 credit. Okay. And that makes sense. Okay. 600 here, 400 here. Yeah, I'm going to gain some money. Woohoo. All right. Okay. So that's our first 2 sales. All right. That took us 1 whole class period. All right. Actually, no, I think we did 1 more. We did the shelving unit too. That took us 1 whole class period. So I'm going pretty quickly. Let's take a look at July 12th. July 12th, I received $2,000 check for our shelving unit. Okay. So our shelving unit is back here on the first tab of stuff. Okay. So go ahead and take a look at what I did. I put in July 12th, 2015. I typed in sold, or highlighted sold, and I typed in $2,000. When I think about it, how many months is it from January 1st to July 12th? You know what? It's still only 6 because July isn't completely expired. July is not at its halfway point yet, so I'm not even going to count July. So I'm just going January through June. So I'm going to take 6 months of 2015. I'm going to go ahead and figure out that half of 2015 is 380 bucks. Okay, so 760 divided by 2 is 380. I'm going to add that into my accumulated depreciation, and then I'll subtract it out of my ending book value. Since I disposed of it for $2,000, and it's only worth $1,886.67 to me, I'm going to have a gain on plant assets again. Okay, making money on these shelves. So let's go ahead and do step 1. This should be pretty straightforward to you guys by now. Go to step 1. We're going to go to our general journal. And here's step 1, July 12th. Let's do 6 months of additional depreciation. Then I'm going to go ahead and go up to my cash receipts journal. Highlight that. And I'm going to go ahead and do a very similar thing to what I did above. I've got accumulated depreciation store, I've got store equipment, and I've got a gain on plan asset. Okay, should be able to figure that out. Go ahead and pause the video and fill that in. Okay. All right, last step. We've got 2 things here left to get rid of. We're going to get rid of the copy machine for nothing, and then we're going to trade the truck. Okay, so let's start by getting rid of the copy machine. The copy machine we're going to get rid of, and with some additional depreciation, and we're going to go ahead and get rid of it in the general journal. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of highlight this one in green. Okay, so this is the transaction we're looking at. The copy machine is beyond repair, so we're not going to get any cash for it. So let's go ahead and start by looking at the copy machine. It's the very first plan asset. We used it until October 6th, put that in there. We discarded it, so highlight that. And then we are ready to go ahead and put in how many months we used it in 2015. Since we got rid of it October 6th, we used it January through September. Okay, so it's 9 months. Okay, feel free to count it out in your head, but it's true. It's 9 months, all right? October is the 10th month. We did not use it all of October. So go ahead and put in 9 months of 2015. Go ahead and multiply 440 times 9/12. Add that in and take that out. This is going to be a pure loss, okay? That 310 there is going to be 100% loss because we're just getting rid of the copy machine. We're not getting any money for it, okay? We talked in class about sometimes you actually have to pay to get rid of stuff, okay? So let's start by journalizing this 330, and then we're going to get rid of the copy machine, okay? So all in the green here. We journalize the 330 as additional 9 months of depreciation, and then we go ahead and get rid of the accumulated depreciation for the copy machine. We get rid of the copy machine, and then we do a calculation because we received no cash on what the loss is. All right, last one. Let's take a look at the truck, okay? Feel free, obviously, to do a pause and take a break. But once we get through this, you guys are in great shape, okay? We're going to trade a truck. A trade means that we give a truck, we get a truck, and usually we have to pay some cash. We don't know how much this truck is worth though, okay? Because it's worth at least 23 grand to us, but we also gave our old truck. So whatever that truck is worth, that's what it's worth as well, okay? So let's go ahead and jump to our new plan asset records and let's find our truck. Here's our old truck. We got rid of it December 27th. We've only had it for 2.5 years. So let's do a whole year of depreciation for 2015. Take this 5,400 and do additional depreciation for it. Okay, so here we go. Old truck in the general journal needs additional depreciation. We're calling it transportation equipment, okay? And we're depreciating it another full year. The place I got this transportation equipment is from right up here, okay? Okay, all right. So additional depreciation done. Now, let's take care of the trade thing. We didn't receive cash for the trade. We paid cash and got a new truck. So the way I set this one up is up in the cash payments journal. Take a look at this. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the accumulated depreciation and get rid of the old truck right here. 18.9 is the original accumulated depreciation. That comes from right here, 18.9. The original truck was worth 32 grand. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out here. I don't know this number yet, okay? The old truck, and you don't have to write old new. It's just how I remember which one's credited and which one's debited, okay? It's not two separate accounts. It's all considered transportation equipment, but to help us wrap our brains around it, I say transportation old and transportation new, okay? Here's the amount of cash that I paid for the new truck. So to figure it out, I'm going to add my 2 credits, subtract the accumulated depreciation, and that's how much my new truck is going to be worth. Okay, so this credit plus this credit minus my accumulated depreciation. My new truck is worth 36.1. I take a step back. Does this make sense? Absolutely. Old truck is worth 32. Does it make sense that the new one's worth 36.1? Yeah, it does. Okay. So there were 2 steps to that transaction. We had to do additional depreciation on the old truck, the old beater, okay? Then we had to go ahead and get rid of the old truck and put the new truck into our books. So in the real world, what we do is we'd close out this truck, and then we'd go down and we'd fill in a new plan asset record for a new truck and have it listed as being worth 36.1. Okay. So that was a lot. That was almost 2 class periods in this short video. Okay. I know I make it look fun and easy. All right. I know my voice is really fun to listen to. But this video should help you get through these application problems. When you guys are both back, I think that we'll be ready to do 7-4 in the mastery. All right. But for now, if you understand all these first three application problems, you're in great shape. Okay. Be well. Hope to see you soon. Enjoy the video. Later.